Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadah. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. We wanted to go into a quick lesson, going into, a lot of recent events that's been happening, and a lot of, TikToks, videos been coming out. Brothers been doing videos on, the women. They complaining about how they, well, more specifically the so-called black woman, making TikTok videos on how they can't find a man and how they going to all these singles events, even when they have it at church, and they still can't find a man. They outnumber, know. And even the New York Times had posted how brutal it is for women, where they having singles events and they're charging women to get in, charging women $100 to get into the event, and how they charging men, they ain't charging men at all. For men get in free, and it's still 3 to 1 woman. I mean 3 women to 1 man.
Right.
So they still outnumber men and not showing up.
Right.
And this ain't nothing new. The Lord putting the spirit on the men of this, this modern age to turn away from dealing with the modern day woman, because that spirit is finna be eradicated out of the earth.
Right.
If you're not a feminine woman who knows her role is to serve a man and be under a man, be a wife, and eventually be a mother to his children, then you're gonna be eradicated.
Right.
That's what the scriptures say. You're not gonna be of use because you outside of your purpose.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and Yahweh Shema Shai have put this on men's spirit, not to desire the black woman no more. Not just only the black woman, any woman in the great Babylon. So, hey, y'all went for the last past 50 years saying you don't need a man. So now things have changed up. These men got that spirit on them not to desire the American woman.
Right.
Yeah.
You can see?
No.
This is Isaiah chapter 32, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man, which is a man of the Lord, that king that's ruling is Yahweh Shai. The princes is the 144,000.
Yeah.
And it says a man, so it's going into the same characteristics, same kind of man, the Israelite man of the elect. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Right. And Yahweh Shema Shai doing this just because you're gonna have some hopeful like men, the 144,000 are king beside the real king Yahweh Shai, and them women gonna be looking for men in that time when a lot of men is gonna be died off in the war, famine, and you already got half of the prison system,
And then not to mention the men that are turned out.
Yeah, turned out. Turned out.
Yeah.
And it ain't gonna be no men found. So we're gonna the 144,000, the prince. We're gonna have the range over all women. And y'all gonna be looking when you see him. We're gonna be able to deny y'all when we know your spirit ain't gonna be right to have.
Right. And Lord will we are that number, cause like the brother,
Lord will we are that number, right, brother?
Cause like the brother saying, the men of the Lord, as the scriptures say, they're gonna be a protection from all the judgment that the Lord is finna bring on this place, Babylon, the great America. And like the brother said, it's finna bring a lot of death to this place. A lot of people are finna be sent back to the spirit world in horrible ways. But the Lord is gonna protect his men, and by extension, the people that's under him. So his family. So it's gonna be children that be delivered. It's gonna be women that be delivered. And the Lord's gonna have He's gonna have mercy on men, women, and children.
Right.
But the order is being reestablished. The man is the prize, and that's what we finna read that too in Isaiah 13 and 12, where the man is the prize, and it's only a certain caliber of women that man is gonna allow, or he's gonna choose. Like the brother said, the man is gonna have a choice.
Yeah.
Which we have a choice now.
Yeah.
It's just building up to get to the point to where is dire situations, life or death situations.
Right.
And in some cases it already is.
Right. And a lot of our sisters, a lot of, even some men, we've been brainwashed. We've been fully brainwashed in America. And I know when he talking about like a slave, honor your husband, it really they're doing wifely duty. They're doing wifely duty what a woman's supposed to do. You just picking up what a man can't pick up at. You as his helpmate, you just picking up what he can't pick up at. But everything else he doing, they just like, okay, somebody walking beside me and I got a basket of apple. And I'm walking along and I see he dropped one. That means you put that one back up on top of the crate. Y'all act like it's a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing.
Or if it's not where he can't do it, it's you build it, you helping him,
Yeah.
Because as men we need to recharge,
Yeah.
when we get, when we have a day, we have a day in a regular day at work or whatever.
Right.
We want to come home and recharge, so you can be his peace to make him feel,
Right.
to help him recharge and go back out and face the world again.
Exactly.
Your man is, when you have a man, that man is going to make sure that you are taken care of he's going to make sure you survive.
Right.
That's a part of a man's job, is to make sure his family survives and have a place in have a place in the world.
Right.
That's a part of what he's gonna do. But if he ain't getting that peace or that comfort at home, because you thinking serving a man means slavery, now the whole dynamic fails.
Right.
And what women have experienced is they've experienced where now they got to do it all by themselves.
They got to do it all by themselves.
And you ain't got nobody to comfort you.
Right.
And the man, since men are built, they can handle, even though it's, we don't want to, we can handle not having a woman and not being comforted by a woman better than a woman can handle not having a man.
Right.
As you can see, they tried to make it seem like it's a whole male loneliness epidemic, when in actuality it's a women's or a female loneliness epidemic.
Yeah, and men just sick and tired of every time he got to go somewhere event. They sick and tired. They have to play the bigger portion of the role, pay for bigger thing to get in the club. Maybe $30 or $40, and then when you get in there, you got to, you see a woman that you might you like, you might try to entertain. You might buy her drinks all night, and then you still don't get nothing behind that. And so men just got tired of it.
Right.
And Yahweh Shem Abishai have put the family on the land for men really have not the desire the women's in America no more. Nobody. Go ahead.
I would just say the modern day woman.
Yeah, the modern day woman, because now all the men looking for other cultural women will be that woman for them that still have women value. They ain't acting like a man. They being a woman, have that, what you call that woman,
you talking about like that feminine, like
yeah,
feminine
that feminine,
nature.
yeah, women acting like women, feminine.
That feminine
That
nature.
that soft touch.
The real soft girl.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they try to call a soft girl error like that's a period that you're supposed to be, but you're supposed to be raised up like that.
Yeah.
And even though we understand, we under the curses and our women weren't raised up like that, but there's no excuses not to be like that when you know your position.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But now you feeling the repercussions of not actually being women.
Right.
And a lot of women, even though we speak on Isaiah 4:1, a lot of women are still gonna be rejected.
A lot of women gonna still be rejected because y'all numbing us from 1 to 10. All day, every day.
And it's gonna be even more than that once men start dying off.
Yeah,
a lot
dying
of men.
off.
It's gonna be even more than that. This is Isaiah 13:12. It says, I will make a man, again, that man is an Israelite man of the elect. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir, which Ophir is the finest gold on earth. So the Lord said he gonna make the men of the Lord even finer than that, because the men of the Lord, they're gonna have the protection. They're gonna have first and foremost the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh by Shem Shai. They're gonna know what's going on.
Right.
You know, and the Lord is gonna be with them, so they're gonna be stable in mind.
Yeah.
You know, it don't matter what situation they're gonna be in. They're gonna be stable mentally, and spiritually. You know, which I'm gonna get that real quick. Stable mentally and spiritually, and that alone is more than enough. But then too, the Lord is gonna make sure they eat, make sure they have what they need. They're gonna be taken care of, and women are going to see that, you know, and they don't want to be a part of it. They're gonna want to be attached to that. But on top of that, the Lord is gonna have the spirit of discernment to discern between which woman would be suitable and which one won't.
Right.
A lot of women are going to be rejected, but a lot of women will be saved too, you know, for childbearing.
Right.
It's Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So wisdom and knowledge is what's going to keep those men stable. Because like it said, a man shall be made more precious than fine gold.
Right.
And a part of what's going to make those men fine gold is the wisdom and knowledge that they possess of Yahweh by Shem Shai.
That's right.
Say something? Okay. Let me get 1 Timothy chapter 2 going into how the women gonna be saved. You know, the type of woman.
Yeah.
This is 1 Timothy 2 and 15. I'm gonna read it in the AMP. It said, there's a whole girl right there.
Oh, that's her on that bike. Okay, yeah.
It says, but women will be preserved or saved through the pain and dangers of bearing of children, if they continue in faith and love and holiness with self-control and discretion. So go ahead, you got it.
You know, and I know a lot of women think that, you know, a lot of Christian women, I done heard that, you know, Yahweh Shem Shai, what they call, you know, ignorant Jesus. I'm gonna be saved through Jesus. No, Jesus ain't coming. I'm just sorry, you know, to tell you that Jesus ain't coming. And whoever that God is, he ain't sending nobody back for y'all. Whoever that God is, but Yahweh Shem Shai, he coming. The Heavenly Father Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai, yeah, they coming. But only time woman gonna be saved through childbirth. That's the only way you gonna be presented with a man, you know, the man of the, you know, the Lord. Right. You know, you gonna be. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the only way you gonna be saved, through childbirth. You know, you know, you having a child by that man. And all the other nation of women, yeah, they're in some way, they ain't gonna be saved. They'll be saved. They'll be, what's the word, concubine?
Concubine.
Yeah, concubine. Yeah, they'll be saved like that, but that's what they gonna be. Also, a slave.
They're gonna be preserved.
Preserved, yeah.
Because the heathens, they ain't gonna be on the chariots.
Yeah.
They just gonna be preserved in whatever lands or wherever they dwell at.
Yeah.
They gonna be preserved. Like, you got a lot of women. What is that? Is that in Ukraine? You got a lot of Ukrainian men dead, and a lot of it's a severe outnumber. They severely outnumbered when it comes to women and men.
All right.
And a lot of those women gonna be preserved. You know, if they not Israelite women, you know, because we were scattered everywhere. So, but if they actually the heathens, they gonna be preserved as concubines, like the brother said.
Yeah.
And starting with the elect, you know, on down to those that will be reborn into the kingdom, we gonna be reproducing with them women as well, and they gonna be our concubines, the second wife, or a secondary wife.
Right.
You're not they ain't gonna be on the level of an Israelite woman. And then I think it's Latvia, if I'm not mistaken. They're severely if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Latvia. They're severely outnumbered when it comes to men. You know, they have a very severe shortage of men. And the Lord is purposely setting this up, because we're going to be doing a lot of reproducing in the kingdom of heaven.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, and I've heard this pretty much all my life, just about, like, black women feel like they bring the men back. No, you don't. we bring the nation back, millions. And we don't need y'all to bring our nation back. So, one way or the other, and it's good that we do have some select women of Israel, and that's good that we do have. We don't know who they are, who they gonna be, but it's good for we to do have. But most black women of the Christian world or just world women always talking about, y'all need us, much of we need. Nah, no, we don't. Who is that? Noah?
Noah.
Never Noah, wasn't it? Noah, he didn't have no black woman. Yeah, how about Shem Shai gave him a different nation of woman?
Hold on.
I'm talking about not Noah, Moses.
Moses, okay.
Yeah, Moses. That's forgive me on that. Moses. Yeah, Moses had a different nation of woman. Y'all about Shem Shai allowed him to do that.
Joseph too.
Yeah, Joseph. Yep. Joseph too.
Had the he had Egyptian wives or Egyptian wife, and I think I can't remember how many he had, but Joseph had an Egyptian wife. Because the nation of Israel was building at the time, so then Joseph got sold into slavery into the Egyptians, so he wasn't even around his people. But he had Egyptian wife, and guess what? Ephraim and Manasseh came from that, and they are Israelites.
Israelite, yeah.
So it ain't about the woman that we reproduce with. It's all about the man, because the man carried the seed. So I'm going to read this again, 1 Timothy 2:15 in the AMP. But women will be preserved or saved through the pain and dangers of the bearing of children if they continue in faith and love and holiness with self-control and discretion. So it's stipulations to it. Like I said, the certain type of women, it's a certain type of woman that will be saved. It ain't about what you look like, because during the time that Jacob's trouble get even more severe, which we already in it, and it's gonna get more severe, you women ain't gonna be looking up the par. You ain't gonna have all your beautifications.
Pearls,
yeah, the things that you beautify yourself with. A lot of women are gonna be looking rough. It ain't about your look. It ain't about your body.
That's all right.
It's about the spirit you have, and if you willing to serve, humble yourself and get yourself in order and serve the men of the Lord.
All right.
And I'm gonna end it off on Isaiah 4. It's Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Or, I'm reading AMP, it says, and in that day 7 women will take hold of one man, saying, we'll eat our own food and wear and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name, take away our shame of being unmarried. And this is the mentality these women in now. I think it's still going. Yeah, it's still going. Take away it said take away the shame of being unmarried. These women know that they are not supposed to be single. They had it in their mind that after they lived their best life and had all their fun, they can settle down when they get a little older and start the family. It don't work that way.
And our princess out there, the Israelite woman, the black woman, the other nation of women, hey, all of us have been, we've been fooled. The Great Babylon pulled the wool out on our eyes, and they have programmed a lot of us. All have been programmed, and between the dark skin and lighter skin, all have been programmed. And during that time, we just hope and pray to Yahweh Shem Shai that everybody, the other hopefully come out, good. And it ain't that bad being a woman, being a helpmate to a man. It ain't that bad. So, we got to serve Yahweh Shem Shai. We got to serve him. So, it can't be that bad to serve the man. We y'all Lord. And Yahweh Shem Shai, our Lord that we have to serve. We do it faithfully. So, we all have just been taught wrong. And y'all been taught wrong. We are y'all Lord. And we want the best for you. As well, Yahweh Shem Shai want the best for us.
Right, and Sarah called Abraham Lord too. So when the brother said we all lords, that's not saying that's not meaning in a negative connotation. 'Cause that's
right.
what some women will take that, or some people in general take that in a negative way.
Right.
But she understood that Abraham was her head.
Yeah.
Just like the brother said, we know Yahweh Shai is our head. We call him Lord.
Right.
So the man is over the woman. We are y'all lords. You know.
Right. It's not a bad thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, because that word Lord, like I said, it's not how most women would probably see, like, oh, you think you some type of God or something, which the scriptures say we are gods.
Right.
But this is 1 Peter 3:6, since you had said that. This is 1 Peter 3:6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. So, like I said, Sarah, like the brother said, Sarah called Abraham Lord, and she obeyed him. You know, and that's also respect. And this is the definition of the word Lord. It says, he to whom a person or thing belongs, about which he has power of deciding, the master or Lord. The owner, one who has control of the person, the master. So basically, it says the title given of honor, expressive of respect and reverence, with which servants greet their master. So it's nothing wrong with that. Like the brother said, we serve our Lord, you serve yours.
Right.
You got anything else? On that note, we're going to close out. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, and Kakradash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the GMS, the rule well. Peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing his word, sincerity, and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping his word, sincerity, and the truth. Until next time, shalom.
Shalom.